Hey, this is Fabian Morrison. I'm here at my church, Miracle Temple. As you can see, the MT in the background, the pastor preaches right here, choir back there, praise team. You're welcome to join us every Saturday morning. Matter of fact, the website is right there at the bottom of the screen. Come check us out. But that's not why I'm here. I'm really here to talk about this church, Turner Faith Temple in Bridgeford, Connecticut. Choir came out of there 16 plus years ago. 16 plus years later, there's hits. Awesome God, incredible God, satisfied, as of late resting on his promises. Yeah, I'm talking about none other than JJ Hairston and Youthful Praise. I had a chance to talk to him. Matter of fact, you can come check this out. Hey.
We have a new album coming out. It's called Resting on His Promise. It'll be out September 1st. We have many great guests on it. We got Dorinda Clark Cole, we got Myron Butler, Stephen Hurd, Pastor Shirley Caesar, Lorraine Stansel. There's a lot of people that came to give God praise with us. You know, a lot of songs, a lot of worship, a lot of praise, some good old-fashioned church. Songs that are dear to my heart, and we're hoping to become dear to yours. Well, I think this one is different because we kind of tried to, the last record we did, Exalted Live in Baltimore, was more worship and praise oriented. This one we tried to get more of a blend between the worship and praise stuff and, you know, some of the new, I would say more contemporary gospel type thing going together, so everyone will be able to find what they like to hear on this record. We also have some traditional gospel, like I said, so we wanted to just be able to get a good blend and balance of great gospel music. Hopefully you'll love it, because when I listen to it now, it feels like somebody else did it. It really means a lot to me. Well, actually, we started many years ago. We started as teenagers at my church, Cathedral of Praise in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We were singing everybody else's songs, John Key, Hezekiah. So my first lady said, it's time for y'all to start writing your own songs and recording your own songs. So at the time, it was two of us. It was Pastor Sean Brown and myself. He wrote the song, God is an Awesome God. We recorded it in 1999. It came out, people started, you know, really appreciating the ministry, so of course we thank you for that. And then in the second album, Sean became a pastor, so it was all on me at that time. So we kept going. That's when we recorded the Live the Praise and Worship record, and that's the one that had Incredible God and You Are So Awesome and Praise to the Rock on that one. And you know, people really started to appreciate us even more, so they started buying the old stuff and the new stuff, which was great. And now here we are on our fifth album, Resting on His Promise. The thing that made me the most nervous is I knew that I couldn't duplicate or replicate what he was doing. You know, when he was there, we had a balance. I would do more of the contemporary gospel. He would do more of the traditional churchy gospel. And together we came up with a good balance. So when he left, I was worried that the balance would go away and it would just be all one type of music. So that's when we just went through a total transition and just started singing praise and worship music, because that's what was near and dear to my heart. And now, you know, people have appreciated that. Of course, we're still blending it with other forms of gospel, but that's the base of what we're doing now, and it's been going well. You know, it can be tiring. Like just this week, for example, last week we were traveling. I was in Omaha, then I went from Omaha to DC. They had to come home, and we had our Holy Convocation this whole week long. And now here we are today. So it just, you know, it's a lot of travel, but we gotta, you know, respect what we do at home and, you know, fulfill our church obligations. So, you know, you kind of lose some time because you kind of sold out to the ministry, and the ministry also kind of becomes your life, but God's given us favor and strength. So here we are. I'm doing okay. You know, my wife sings in the group as well. She helps to, you know, support me on the road. Even when I'm going somewhere to minister by myself, I still take her with me, because I just need that. I need her to be with me at all times. Now we do have two kids. They're at home, you know, and we kind of have somebody come over when we're not there, you know, to be with them. But you know, there are times like this when we're really busy that they kind of miss us, and they let us know they miss us. But we try to, at least when we're home, we give them as much love and affection as we can. We don't have a home that has a lot of arguing and fighting and stuff like that. It's just not like that. Not to say that we intentionally, it's like we're not gonna fight. We just don't. And I think because of that, we have a great balance. You know, my kids just they love us, we love them, and they love for us to be home. But when we're not, they still know that we love them.
That was a little history on the musician, on the music, on the choir, but he's not only just an accomplished musician, songwriter, he also's been nominated for some Stellar Awards, Soul Train Awards, but more than that, he's a husband and he has 2 kids. You don't get a chance to see this often, but we had his wife join us. Come take a listen.
There are 2 stories. We've been married for 15 years, but actually the 15 years is what the county knows, that's on the books. But relationship-wise, we still consider ourselves to be newlyweds, and we say that we've only been married for about 4 or 5 years.
And we say that because we really learned what marriage was all about 5 years ago. Before that, you know, we were young, we were kids, we were just getting married just to be married because her parents got married when they were young, so that's what we thought we needed to do. But God really revealed some things to us and changed our lives about 5 years ago. Before that, you know, it was an off and on type thing. But God really showed us some mercy and favor about 5 years ago and revealed what we needed to do and how we needed to be there for our kids. So here we are today. Like I said, you know, my home is just, it's really a place of peace for me. And, you know, I never thought it would be that way. But if I'm home with my wife and my kids, it's just, that's all I really need.
He's a homebody. When he's home, he's a homebody.
I don't like to go out.
I don't like to go out to eat.
They want to go out, sit in restaurants, stuff like that. That's not my thing. I'll sit there with my wife on my arm and a remote and my kids, and I'm good.
Yeah. I think it really just takes a lot of prayer, honestly. He's out on the road and everything a lot, and the only thing I can do is pray and trust God. My mother always told me you can't necessarily put all your trust in man, but you can trust God and know that he won't steer you wrong. And that's really the basis of it. I just trust God. And I trust him. I trust God.
I think another thing that happened is we became really good friends. So now it's like we have so much respect for each other, and I appreciate what she does, and she appreciates what I do, and we really have a lot of communication. Like I talk to her more than I talk to anybody. I mean, and I'm not talking about when we're home. I mean, during the day, you know, I'll call her, you know, just say what's going on, you know, just to see, you know, where her day is. And I think that just, you know, that open line of communication keeps her, you know, knowing that I'm thinking about her at all times, and the same with her and me. I think the youth today are going through a whole bunch of different things that we never even went through up to this point. A lot of them are really immune at this point to conversation. They feel like we don't understand them, and, you know, this and that. But I think at this point we have to really not just preach at them, but teach them how they need to live. Everybody's saying you gotta do this, you gotta do that, but nobody's saying how you do it. Nobody's saying how you withstand certain temptations, and how you know, just how you aspire to be a child of God the way we all aspire to be. Let them know that we're not perfect, because so many people are trying to put this perfect picture before them, like, you know, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. So it's what really happens when people fall, they get discouraged and they say, well, everybody's faking. So if you let them know that we're all going through things, but we're all, you know, aspiring to be children of God the way he wants us to be. This album, I think, I really wanted to just encourage people. You know, we worship, we praise, and that's what we're supposed to do, that's what we're called to do. But a lot of people in this time are going through certain things. They're going through financially, they're going through emotionally. And there are other people who I think their calling is to minister to people who are lost. I think our calling is to minister to people who are in the body, but they need to be encouraged. So the message in this album is just to be encouraged and to rest on the promises of God. He'll never leave you nor forsake you. He's never slack his promise. He just promised he'll do anything and everything we need him to do. He's rich in houses and land, so there's nothing financially that we need that he can't provide. There's nothing emotionally that we need that he can't provide. So we don't have to turn to this, drugs, or whatever. We can just rest on the promises of God, and he will be better to us than any friend could be.
Wow, that was an awesome interview. His wife came and joined us. He talked about the choir, he talked about his church, the music. That's a lot. Matter of fact, there's more music. Resting on his promises, September the 1st. You have to go get it. awesome project. Matter of fact, you can find out some more about Youthful Praise right there at the bottom of your screen. This is Fabian Morrison. We'll have more for you next time.
Come on, lift your voice to Jesus in this place. Come on, worshipers. Let's go beyond our comfort zone. Come on, let's lift your voices in this place today. Hallelujah.